Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are continuing our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms as Sun Jian. Leaving off last time, the force that had been sieging Jiangling is no more, apparently driven off and eliminated by Yuan Shu. We are still sieging out the Badong Lumberyard, trying to take that back from He Yi, and we just barely started a new little force over here for our third army to try and have somebody at least nearby the north, not that they're worth much at that size, to help protect against those incursions from Cao Cao. We kind of had got some buildings going, in Liujiang and Changsha, where we have our administrators. So I believe we are ready to just push on forward and see what the next turn brings us. Yuan Shu coming down the river to take a peek and see how we're doing over there at the Badong Lumberyard. One more turn left on the siege, so I'm guessing He Yi may be sallying out. We'll find out. Nice to have a nice battle for a change. We completed our patrol barracks in Liujiang, and we are now officially in the siege taking attrition. We've run out of supplies, so our force Sun Jian's is going to be taking some attrition. Won't knock us down that far compared to He Yi. He's taking a heck of a lot more attrition, so I'm not too worried there. And Lufan has gained a new trait, Understanding, helping his cunning even more, and he's a little more accepting of some other impulsive traits of others. So I'm thinking our force here is just fine to battle He Yi should he sally out, so let's get Cao Cao heading back. He needs a little more replenishment on some of these units, so I don't think I'll force march quite yet, but we'll get him marching over this way. Okay, to help support this new force we're building up here. I also noticed when I was peeking around, looking around, we have our new son, Sun Quan, who will be coming of age soon. He's 17 now, so I would say sometime within the next 4 turns, we're probably looking at him coming of age. So that will be a nice addition to that other army also. So got a few things to look forward to. It's going to help bolster our forces as we move north. I'm thinking overall, once Sun Jian takes back Badong, which I expect totally that he will, we can finally bring him down to complete our commandery, which has been taking painfully far too long. And then we'll have both these forces to Mozian up north to counter Cao Cao sending forces down. And one of them will remain behind, either in Liujiang or the Jiangxia farmland, while the other starts moving. And I guess this is to the east. So we solidify some of our positions more to the east. And we still do have a mission to go against Liu Yao, so that eventually should come about also. Anything to build for Liujiang? We got to do some reforms here to unlock some buildings that I may want to do. Yeah, so nothing really to build right now in Liujiang. And our assignment over there for building lasts another 4 turns, so we'll see. We may come up or get a reform. Oh, in fact, we have a reform now. Look at that. So I'm thinking we got a couple ways to go. We got a locked reform here that's keeping us from getting up to this Silk Road expeditions, which will get us another trade agreement. And as I'm kind of looking around up here also, we have ways to increase our commerce by unlocking this. Not that I necessarily need private tutors right now. It helps my character experience somewhat. It's not a critical promotion, but income-wise, increasing my commerce and trade influence up this way and being able to get another trade route up this way, I think this is not a bad choice. But then we also have those farming communities that are locked up down there needing, I think it's these 2 reforms we need to get to, so that might not be a bad way to push on also. But given that we're a commerce-driven with Sun Jian, let's do the private tutors at this point. We'll just do that as our reform. Oh wait, I gotta do the building to be able to unlock that. Well, hey, let's go to Lujiang. And let's, with this open place, build the schools. There we go, just 810. And we'll go right on back to my reforms, and voila! We now should be able to... Oh, because it's not built. So next turn, or next reform round. Geez, can I get it unlocked now? Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if there's a way, and I'm going to have to check up on this if there's a way to bypass that reform, because I can't go to next turn there. There's probably some override I can get around that. But in the meantime, next reform after this one, we'll have it built. We'll be able to unlock here. In the meantime, we'll come down here and take the agricultural reform, which will down the road allow us to improve some agricultural, and I think... Is it the fishing port also down there that'll get improved from this? So let's just take this one right now. Yeah, we'll just do that right now. So much for my clouded thinking there, but we got a plan going forward. Let's see, has everybody moved? Maybe we can... Now, we'll keep him steady right now. Anyway, he's too weak to do much on his own. We'll give a chance for Sensei to catch up, and we'll get that extra replenishment by staying put in Zhangzhou. Okay, that's our turn here. Let's see if he decides to sally forth, Hey Yi, and give us a nice little battle over here. Okay, Kongrong, you want to get my devious attendant. Nah, I think I have enough uses for ancillaries like that. I think I will hold on to him. Oh, look at that. So much for the battle we were hoping for. We probably would have won anyway, but we will occupy back our captured lumber mill of Badong. It is ours once again. Let's see, that's way far away. Gonsunzan, he were way up to the north. Ma Tang, he's not nearby. Not nearby particularly. Faction destroyed. Hey Yi, so that thorn on our side is officially gone. That's nice. Occupation of the Badong Lumberyard. We are still having taken some attrition down here, and I don't think we'll be able to... Yeah, there's no movement. Well, we just moved in, but until we build up our supplies again, I won't be able to move Sun Jian down to complete my commandery down here, so we'll have to give another turn for some supplies to replenish. Yeah, we finished our siege, and we have built the county school, so next time when we want to do the reform, it is unlocked and ready for us. So that's probably the branch I'm going to look at exploring going forward, unless for some reason I need some of those agricultural buildings that I feel are going to benefit me more. Someone got a new trait. Lufan Tranquil. Increases armor of his own retinue. Oh, I'll take that anytime. That make him a little safer. I'm fine with that. And we have a new ancillary, a merchant, that'll add to cunning and trade influence. Do we have an appropriate person? Well, we're using some of these people only if prime minister. So we got a +4 cunning for that one. So let's give it to Zhao Yu. You can always do with an increase in cunning. We never mind that. And we got one more ancillary, the devious attendant that they're wanting to trade us for. +2 cunning, +2 authority. Who needs an authority? Well, Lady Wu, that'll always help your authority. We'll just give you that devious attendant over here. And now we got everybody used up. We got some new characters moving through our court. Looks like some low-level strategists. Well, except for this one, age 25. Where is he coming? Kongju? Any proper? Definitely disloyal. Not a good one to hire on, right? Not a good one to hire on necessarily. And we have Liu Bai sending someone down. Not bad, but very low level. Not critical to bring on right now. Let's see if we can move some forces. Oh, we did have some activity. I thought I saw a glimpse of something happening over here. A different force, Lady Bian, brought down by Cao Cao. Probably going to move against Liu Zhang, or are they going to try the farmland again? I think we now, all of a sudden, have urgency to move a little faster in that direction. Even though this force alone can't help us out, let's get it moving in that general direction. And Sun Tse, we will speed your movement up. And we will get you moving in that direction too. So I don't know if we will make it in time to support the city of Liuzhang, but we're going to give it the old college try. I could always try recruiting somebody in there to bolster those forces. That might be an option. Do we have anybody available that's not going to break the bank? What kind of forces we got? I don't know. Let's take a look at these little characters over here and see if any of them looks valuable enough to stick in there. Oh, good old disloyalty. All sorts of wonderful disloyalty. Sutse, you're young, you're higher level, but I like archers for the walls of a city. Let's just recruit you. And let's add you to the city of Liuzhang. Just in case I don't get there in time. Can always add some medium crossbowmen, not that you'll have a lot of time to build up strength. But anything to be able to shoot down from those walls appeals to me. And how about some G militia? Have a little bit of melee power in case they get up on the walls there. None of these are going to be super full strength, but let's go ahead and do that. Our income is drastically lowered because of that, but I feel better having a little bit extra in the city here, because I just don't believe we'll get there in time to necessarily break a siege. We're pretty far back and force march wise. That makes me feel a little bit better. Now, if they siege the very next turn, which could very well happen, I'm not going to have much of any kind of force in there. These are not very strong and full-sized units, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll be just enough to tip the balance into our favor. And I think that's it for this turn. I think that's all we can do at this point. Funds are low. Don't want to deplete them all. Let's see if she moves on to siege. Oh, fast movement, so can't. Oh, there's more than one force here now. Oh boy, oh boy. Now I don't even feel secure with what I got there. Now that they're going to be tag teaming, doubling up on me, I'm feeling a little vulnerable in that city. So we may do the old lose the province and have to fight and gain it back. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't think I can build up enough forces in there to be strong enough to hold out against both these forces. A lot of melee, a lot of melee. Archers, no trebuchets at least, so they're going to have to either knock down my walls or come in through the front gate with some kind of ram, but we'll have to think about that in the back of our head. Cao Cao, you have declared war with Wang Quang against the Han Empire. Well, I'm not so concerned about that. Spread your, declare war against anyone who you want to. Yellow Turban Rebellion has appeared. Nowhere near me as far as I know. Impactful arguments. This general has a true heart and the gift to convey it through clear and inspiring words. Even the hardest, embittered soul cannot help but be moved by their charisma and gravitas. Recently, they gave hope to one whose faith was wavering, fully restoring that individual's belief in our faction's ideals. So the satisfaction for Zhang has increased substantially for 15 turns too. So thank you for your help, whoever you are. Okay, let's move forward to the relief of Lu Zhang. I don't think it behooves me to try and get anyone else over there. Well, Sensei, let's see how far you can move in forced march. Okay, here we go. I think we got Sun Jian should have some movement abilities now that we got some supplies. So let's bring Sun Jian down to start completing our commandery down here. That's got to help our income. Now that I need an income boost, having added a force over here I wasn't planning on adding. And what kind of building do we need to do? Well, I'm not going to increase anything in a city that might be taken right at the moment, so we'll leave that be. And Zhangling, we have the ability to improve our land registry office. Even though I don't have a builder over there, I have the funds, but I'm thinking I'm going to hold off on that building just because it would deplete all my money. And if there comes a time when I need to be flexible on being able to rally some forces, I believe it's right now. So we'll hold off on that building right now. Keep it in the back of our minds. We got everybody moved, and let's see what happens to poor old Lu Zhang. And who we got? This is all just Kongzhu. Yeah, okay, so we aren't, at least yet, we aren't at any kind of battle or war with him. Let's bring the next turn on. And there the siege commences. We are just oh so close and oh so far away over here. My goodness, because this is an insignificant little force to bring over there that could be picked off on its own perhaps. We'll see how far Sensei can move and probably take him out of forced march. But let's see what's going on around here. Kongzhu is at peace. Oh, Sun Quan! Good timing, Sun Quan. You have come of age. I know right where I am going to put you, and that is right here. Still a small, meager little force, but we have some possibilities now. Sensei, let's take you out of force march, see how far you can move. Normal march. Not quite where we need, but awful close for next turn. So if they decide to try and break the siege this turn, we'll have some battle, and I don't think I'm quite close enough to reinforce. I could sure bring my other son close enough to aid, and will it be close enough that he won't be stuck out alone, unreinforceable? Of course, the question becomes, do these guys have the ability to do night battle and just pick him off by himself? But we have a sentinel, a champion. What do we have over here? We have a champion and a commander. If it was a strategist, I'd worry immediately or definitely about a night battle. But since it's not a strategist, I think let's kind of bring those forces up kind of nearby enough to support, but also be supported by Sun Ce, I hope. Because they are not that strong. Bump ba dum ba dump. We'll find out if this bites us in the behind or if it'll pay off and we made it just in time to relieve Liu Zhang. We'll find out. So we have appointed Sun Quan. Our build, what did we build? The city of Changsha has grown now. Very good, very good, very good. And we are, yes, we know about that siege. Thank you, thank you. Do we have anything? Now our money is depleted, so I'm guessing we won't have anything really of significance to build. We do have a new type of building we can add on, but once again, I'm going to hold off keeping my funds in reserve for forces I may or may not need to recruit. So we'll hold off on any building. Sun Jian, let's keep your march going down this way. I think we'll get you another turn of replenishment by moving up to the border, and if not mistaken, I think that puts you in range from prior practice rounds. See, a couple commanderies I kind of have experience with. This is one of them. I think that puts Sun Jian in range for next turn, taking on the armor craftsmen of Changsha. Okay, I think we've done what we can do, or what we're going to do. Our heroism, we need some battles. Our heroism is decaying every turn that goes by, and I like having the heroism up as high as we can keep it. So I'm hoping something develops over here, and something develops that we can support and help with over here. We'll find out. Next turn, fingers crossed. Oh, we backed them off. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it. We have an arranged marriage. Sun Quan, you've come of age and you're already looking to get married off. However, Zerong offers a marriage that will make me lose you. Boom, just like that. So let's negotiate. Let's see if we can flip that around. I don't mind you getting married and trying to keep the line going. Let's offer marriage. However, yeah, they're the happy couple. I don't think Sun Ce, will he be the same? No, she definitely doesn't like him. She likes Sun Quan. The 32-year-old going after the 18-year-old. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Now the question is, can we do it in such a way? No, I don't. I did it the wrong way. I don't want to give them. We want to receive the marriage. There we go. We want to receive the marriage, and let's see what we got to give up to make that happen. 5.2. Well, we've got plenty of food to play with. What can I give up that way? We can give up a little food, and maybe. Do we have any worthwhile ancillaries sitting around? I don't think. No, we got a horse, but I don't need to give that away. They're all being used. All that's being used. So now we won't do any kind of ancillary. Let's just see what kind of payment it would take to get this in line. Let's just give that in a whirl, and we'll marry off Sun Quan. But keep him in our court and as our general. So there we go, marriage. One must strengthen the bond between factions for the greater good of the land. Just as marriage will join these two in harmony, so it will draw our two factions closer. Artful versus honorable. Your peaceful meditation is disturbed by an angry discussion between two of your retainers happening nearby. You listen to the argument. As a bastion of honor, I cannot allow this to stand. You have taken countless bribes for army rations, says the first. If you want, I can involve you, argues the second. How does half sound? They are unaware you are listening. So we have the opportunity to increase our relationship with Q Shangping or Zhe Yue. I think the more valuable relationships at the moment to maintain is right here, and that's the one I'm going to go with. Strengthening our relationship between Q Shangping. Okay, our builders are returning. Next turn we'll have a chance to see what kind of new assignments we want to do. We have the Book of Mountains and Seas. It's someone with cunning. It can help somebody with cunning. Who do we have that might need a little boost to cunning? Right here is that someone potentially. Campaign movement range. You got it. Sunze. Suze. I said Sun, making him part of the family, and he is not. So Suze, and I think, can I just move them both here? Will that merge these armies? Let's see if that simple movement will merge them. Yes, I do want to merge. There we go. We have our third army. Voila. And we ran off our competing forces. So that means I can build my army safely in the walled city, holding off Cao Cao's forces temporarily, and I think therefore I can start bringing Sun Ce down, and I think what we'll do is we'll bring him down to the south and start expanding south of the river, moving east. So we'll start off with the Poyang iron mine. It'll also make it possible to work on reforms that might aid me in mining and industry, which I think that becomes a focus, having that province. So it'll be another option for us down the road. So we've moved there. Don't have a lot of funds in my income. I want to expand a little more, getting my income back up before I do any major increases in this army. We'll just have to let them build up through reinforcing right now. And we got full movement from Sun Jian. Is it, as I expected, enough to get us into the city? Yes, it is. So let's do some battle. All right, you are in range. Zhu Jun. We're coming into town. We're coming into town. Now, it's a decisive. Let's just demand the surrender and occupy. Boom. I can tell you how quickly I just want to complete this commandery. That's for sure. Okay, we now have a new commandery. Is there anything in Changsha that we need to upgrade on that particular province? You know, it's cheap, even though my builder isn't there. It's a cheap enough upgrade. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. And then Sun Jian, we will move you over to the tea house, which will allow me to expand the tea part of that one building. I forget which building chain it is, but it'll allow us to increase. Yeah, we need tea for this one, the tea parlor over here. So that will help my commerce. And once I gain access to tea, and I think I may have another building requiring tea to upgrade over here too, in Lujiang perhaps. So we got the ball rolling. We're just not finding any forces to battle with at the moment. So let's keep on expanding and moving forward. Yep, Cao Cao is retreating at the moment. Han Empire coming down, tooling on down the river. Not a strong force, though. Ooh, who is moving in? Seems like that's our friend from the north, if I caught a glimpse of that unit well enough before he went into hiding. We have living in harmony. If two people can be united by the desire to do good, then so too can they be united by the desire to do harm. Vengeance, dark and brutal, is what ties these two warriors together. So Qiu Shangping and Cheng Pu have a deepening relationship. So that's fine. I don't care what it's based on as long as it works in my favor in the long run. Ambush, enemy ambush discovered. Thought I saw something out there. So there was an ambush somewhere over here. I thought it looked like a force from Kongzhou, but oh, okay. It was Cao Cao's force moving away, but I still think I saw a force that I didn't find for sure moving south from Kongzhou. Let's just check in with Kongzhou and see. Where are you down here? There we go. Let's see if there's anything diplomatically. Now, what do we have? What do we have? Well, I don't know that he's an immediate threat, I hope. Let's try to do a little something to keep him happy. He's kind of middling here. Oh, we do it. Okay, we already have a non-aggression pact with him. I hadn't noticed that. So I'm not so worried now that I have noticed that. That's what I wanted to check. I couldn't remember from the past. Isn't that nice? Make diplomacy and you don't remember what you did. So I'm happy that we have a non-aggression pact with him already, and it makes me more comfortable to move forward. Sun Tse is the only one I have then down here to be able to move. And we were going against, I guess, the iron mine and then the copper. So we got a mining area over here that we're going to move towards. We already have, that's Changsha. So this will be a new Poyang. We got to see where the area Poyang border. So it looks like it's a heavily mining area that we're going to be going against. So let's get you, Sun Tse, down to the river. Well, let's get out of the diplomacy screen first. Then maybe I can move on down the river. Yeah, right there. We're in the spring right now, so we'll hop on the river, get down to Poyang Iron Mine, and move forward in our expansion again. So I think we've got everybody moved that we can at the moment. And I'm going to not do any building right now, just to build up. And we got our next reform, so now we can start building our commerce tree over here and get some extra trade perhaps to help our income, which is meager at the moment. And with Liu Zhang out of the way, we got to do, I just realized, I'm glad I hadn't checked there before, but that can't be good, hurting our public order because of the devastation. Fortunately, it's nothing drastic that these repairs won't fix, but I forgot to check that after the siege. But now we got that under order. Let's move forward. Okay, the Han Empire just going back and forth on the river there. And who? Yeah, that is our neighbor to the north. Trespassing, although we have a non-aggression pact, so it's cool, it's cool. Liu Bai, is it wrong? So Cao Cao is requesting, is it wrong to join their war against who other than us? So Wang Quang, we discovered his ambush, but he's back over here. So for somebody who has a non-aggression pact with us, he's setting up nice little ambushes in our territory. And we have a feather fan, increases satisfaction and morale. No other traits. Let's just take a look and see who we might have that needs some kind of basic ancillary to help them out. Satisfaction wise, we'll just equip it right down here to Lun Song. Alrighty. We have, once again, Cao Cao just can't get enough down on this river. Let's move into the river. And let's do a river battle, which I think I'm fine with it since we greatly outnumber him. Let's just do this auto-resolve river battle. See if we can kick him out of our area once and for all. Close victory, though. But it is a victory. We lose 769 to their 1337. And we gain some heroism back that we needed desperately. What kind of a character is Yue Jian? Reckless. Dutiful. Not bad perchance, but let's do a little release action here. See if we can incur some favorability from Cao Cao to maybe at some point get peace so I can be less tied up to the north here and continue with the expansion I want to make. Character rank has been increased by Sun Ce. Let's go see how, whoops, we were already queued up for that. Let's see how we want to increase his traits and what my options are. Mobility, which will add to my authority. We have the ability for zeal, armor piercing damage. And we have the ability for resolve, which will reduce redeployment. That's only as will increase replenishment when commanding. That's actually not bad at all, especially for a force that is now extremely depleted. So I'm leaning towards the morale when attacking and battle running speed, the mobility, but I think just because we are a little depleted, let's go with the resolve, which will help our replenishment. And do we have enough movement to just get onto land? There, now we're getting replenished. Much better, much better. And allows us to keep an eye on Jia Haodun from Cao Cao, who he sent down. And they've fought side by side. Lu Fan and Zhao Yu are now better friends. Okay, we need a battle. We need a battle. Do we got Sun Jian down here? Are you able to make headway towards the tea house? I think so. Hopefully they don't have a commander in there, so we have to do this battle, and I'm going to do this battle just because it feels like it's been forever, even though it's a decisive, predicted victory. I need a little more hands-on with a battle. Let's see what kind of map we have going for the tea house map. It's a wide open field with hills and scattered forest in between, so I think I will choose this battlefield just for a little practice here and a little fun.
只有我们脚下的道路才是真正的通途大道。烈日，怒火，开战吧！现在，胜利只青睐奋战最猛之人。
I don't know if we'll have to fight our hardest. We are a superior force by far. The good thing about this battle, I'll finally have access to the resource of tea, which will help me out. Now we got some nice little hills here to position our force on, and I am thinking that this is the hill I will choose, on which to place my forces. Fortunately, these trees are tall, skinny trees, which aren't as blinding as some of the other forests we've had to set up in. But let's get our archers grouped up over here. And place them right in the front for now. Our cavalry here, let's group them up also. And do we have a nice hiding place for them? I think what we'll do is we'll start out over here in the forest and kind of move them into the forest on this side. Hopefully their force will be drawn towards the main force and we can stay hidden over here to boom, bounce out on them. And then it's just a matter of getting the rest of the forces maneuvered over here in the order I want them. And once again, we will bring these forces on either side of the line. It's kind of my mobile force to spring out. Not that I'm always efficient in how I use them, but the idea is to have them on the flanks, able to swing around and hit the back of the line. Okay, and then our 3 fearless leaders, front and center. Okay, we see them moving through the trees. We get little glimpses of them over there. Fine, moving my archers just a little bit farther forward. Okay, we got them attacking. And he is guarding his arrows, but that's fine. Let him. Time to back up and retreat the archers fast. Let them hit our line. We already got one to retreat. Uh-oh, they see the forces there. Let's move on them and start not letting them take all those pot shots. We'll go around the halberds. Not even having to use the generals on this one. Being a little garrison force. Let's stay away from those halberds. And we can bring our archers forward again to do a number on the other halberds over here. In fact, they'll be in range. Let's just stop those guys and let them fire. And that didn't take long. One volley that didn't even reach, and boom, we have victory. Let's claim the T and end the battle. Not much, but I just haven't touched a battlefield in so long I had to do this one. I'm waiting for the next big battle to come along, and it's just too much cat and mouse, cat and mouse. Move in, move off, run away. So we're not having any super big engagements yet, but slowly through all this, we seem to be expanding. That's the good thing. We have finally claimed the commandery of Changsha in total. Garrison games. Following the town's capture, you are asked what should be done with the imprisoned men of the town's former garrison. They appear to be competent soldiers who might prove useful if enlisted, but many harbor loyalties to your previous warlord and display a reluctance to serve you. So, we can release them. We can increase the garrison. We can increase our own recruitment. Not that I need that much recruitment. Let's just have them help the public order. It's not like I need them. So we will become the beloved lord for 5 turns. And the commandery, as we thought, is secured. We now have access to tea. We're now going to be able to increase. In fact, let's send back the building contingent of Chengpu. We'll get Chengpu back to Changsha. And I think we will take the other builder. Do you have, who has the building? But we can do it in another commandery. So we want to do it in the commandery of Lujiang, I believe, is where I have some more buildings still that I want to take care of. So we'll send Ziyue up there and help my building time up there also. So we'll hold off on building for 1 more turn. You're replenishing, you're replenishing. We're gonna build, we're gonna build. And we have a Han unit that is down close, but I can't chase him, having just taken over the tea house. But if he doesn't run off on his own, we will get him and chase him away. Because that's never good for public order, having enemy forces on our lands. It doesn't hurt us this particular turn, but by next turn I think it will if he doesn't run away. And I believe we've come to just a convenient stopping off point. Yes, we've expanded, but no, we haven't had any great engagements yet. We had the potential. First of all, we didn't get the Sally out over in Badong Lumberyard. He just gave up, which is very untypical of Heiyi in my past experience. We were able to save Lujiang just in the nick of time and avoid the battle there. We just made Cao Cao's forces run away like scared little rabbits. He did bring 1 down, but it was just an auto-resolve river battle. And he's still pretty weakened if you look at his forces. So we'll see if he decides to head back next turn, or if we've chased him off. And if so, we'll come down to the Poyang iron mine and see what we can accomplish down there. Thanks for watching. We did some expanding, but in a very bloodless kind of fashion. So tune in next time to see if we have any more threats that we're able to repulse, or if we can finally get some sort of fun little battle going on here. This is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. Thanks for watching.